finished your Choice OS Mythic Voyage here in Lesbos, Greece. How do you feel?
Awesome.
Really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, looking back on your workshop, what would you say were the greatest gifts you got from your time here?
I would say clarity. One of the most powerful things for me is just being able to go deep inside my belief systems and dissecting it all the way to the core so I can realize why I do things and just have a better understanding of myself, and then knowing how to go and resolve it and then be happy.
For me, it was facing my fears and realizing that my fears are only as big as the energy I give them, and just to be able to go straight into them. And it's given me this incredible tool to go into my everyday life and a new attitude.
For me, it was definitely connecting with my masculinity and finding that inner strength and the ability to not try to push it down, but really kind of let it empower me and give me this really powerful energy. So that was the biggest gift for me.
How did you find your masculinity?
How did I find it? Practically is I really didn't have to go far because I knew it was actually within me. I just had to let it be and to explore it, be comfortable with it, and let it come out.
For me, it was the opposite of finding and allowing my femininity to be. I've always wanted to be the one in power and control and more my masculine, and to go into the vulnerability and allow my little girl to come out and play and to actually be happy for no reason at all, which is just amazing.
So would you guys say that you've made some big changes during this workshop?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
In the workshop, we go so deep into ourselves. In the consultation, we get challenged on so many things, and we really have to confront it. And it strips away all these layers of bullshit, and that you can't guide through it. You have to actually really address everything. And so with that change that happened, I actually realized that I want to do what I want to do, and that knowing that is going to drive a lot of change in my life, always for the better.
You just take 12 days to focus on yourself. I could never have done this if I hadn't put myself first and say, okay, I'm going to take this chunk of time out of my whole entire life to figure this shit out. Because, people can say, oh yeah, I'm going to go to therapy, like a little bit here, a little bit there. Like, it would take me maybe 40, 50 years when my life is like almost over. I would have been like, oh my God, like, this is what I was doing this whole time. I'm just so grateful that I've discovered this now.
Now that you're finished, how would you compare the way you're feeling and looking at life now to before you came into the workshop?
I'd say positively in every way. I feel in some ways reborn. I feel there's this new parts of me that are opening up. There's new strengths, there's new insights, there's new desires.
For me, I'm just really excited to be living life for myself and putting myself first. And I'm very inspired. Like, there's things that have come up for me that I buried so deep. Like, I came here with no inspiration whatsoever, like not knowing like what I wanted to do with my life, and I came here for exactly like what I needed and what I wanted and what I was seeking. So I'm very inspired and very happy and just like have this drive for life.
And for me, I would say life just doesn't seem scary anymore. So now I almost see myself stepping back into my life as a different person, and not even being someone that's not afraid, but someone that really wants to go out there and realize that I can do things. And also it taught me that my past is something that is actually valuable to me and not something that I could be scared of, and it makes me who I am.
And in our workshops we've learned to, we believe, deliver the ayahuasca vibration without actually drinking the ayahuasca. So whether you've had ayahuasca before or not, how did you experience that? What did that feel like in the workshop?
For me, it felt just as intoxicating as ayahuasca. So you're really taken into your subconscious, However, you don't get all the kind of fogginess that you would when you're having ayahuasca, and for me it's just so much more powerful.
I've taken ayahuasca many times before, and there was never a guide in the journeys. When you're in there alone. And you get so many insights that sometimes it's hard to process them by yourself and to navigate that inner journey. Here you have Mikas navigating you to greater insights. And as Lydia said, it's without any of the side effects, which was just amazing. And you save a lot of time too.
It really helped me connect to my little girl, like, and my subconscious, like, it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I never knew I had this capacity within me to connect with my little girl. I didn't know what that meant before. And it was really emotional and very heart-opening to have that experience. And I've never done ayahuasca. Like, you don't need to do ayahuasca to be in touch with yourself. And it was liberating. And it was like the most powerful act of love that I could give to myself. And it was something that was missing, like really missing. Like, to be in touch with myself is to like be in touch with my inner child and give myself love.
Yeah, I was very skeptical before I came along because I'd never done ayahuasca before, and I kind of thought, look, really, But then on the very first day, I went into this ceremony, and the result was just immense and unbelievable. I completely was given visions. I was given this whole experience. I certainly don't think that you need a tea or a brew for that experience.
So we claim to have one of the most intense and life transformational workshops in the world. Does this live up to your experience?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. In every way. Starts
ways I can
early
imagine.
in the
More than I
morning and you
expected.
keep going. And there's a benefit to that. It breaks down this defensive layer that we've built up over years and years. Our patterns that are so engraved in us kind of helps go step by step, deeper and deeper, until you reach the core when the light bulb goes on with all these different ideas coming at you, new belief systems, and it finally hits you and you say, oh, wow, I don't have to live in guilt and shame about anything or everything. That was my point of liberation.
And everything you learn, every concept, there's no denying it. There's like, it's explained in the most simple form so that you can understand it. It's like everything is designed so there's no gray area. If you don't understand, you ask questions, you challenge anything that you're skeptical of to the point where you feel good and peace, and then you have a support system afterwards. And that is truly valuable. It's valuable. You're not just left like, okay, here's your lesson and go on to the world. No, you have a guide and you have support, so many different ways of support, your fellow sisters and brothers that are in this with you, the support of, the whole Tierramitica team. And yeah, there's no losing.
So would you say that we deliver all the promises we make on our website and in our workshop?
Yes, absolutely.
By the end of it, not only do you know that your expectations have been met, but you actually know that your expectations set the bar way too low.
Yeah.
And now you want more out of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you were to be speaking to somebody who was considering coming to a workshop here, what would you say to them?
Only go if you're absolutely, completely willing to let go of yourself completely. Like, you got to be ready for the deep dive. Go and you will be served 100%.
Day after day, we do so many things for the benefit of other people. And we don't set enough time for ourselves and to understand ourselves. We always just kind of brush ourselves off day after day. So to just take the time, like a chunk of time, it's like 12 days out of your whole life. Love yourself. Just love yourself.
I would say it's the most transformational thing that they could do. So if they're trying to like decide, which I was, should I go to this, or should I go and do another course, or should I go on holiday, something like that, this is the one. This is, you don't need all the other things when you go to this, so just do it.
Yeah, I would only add to that it really does address every single part of your life. There's so many things advertised that say that this will address the spiritual side of your life, or it might address, you know, your career, or it might address your relationships. But what I really want to impress them, and somebody that I would be telling this about this workshop, is it is so holistic. It hits everything, because it's about finding happiness in everything. And I mean, why would you pass up that opportunity?
Is there anything else you guys would like to say?
Thank you. Thank you for everything. The food, the hospitality, the care, the love, the acceptance of all of us as we were, as we are. Thank you.
And if you're watching this, get your butt here.
So, there's only one thing left to say.
Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum.